Okay, this is a video at Solly Blast I'm doing for my first video for like 3 weeks. And I got up to level 315 last time I did one of these videos, so without further ado, let's get started where I left off. This level that I said was like a chessboard kind of a colour design scheme type thing, yes. So, as you might have gathered by now, it's an icy kind of level with ice cubes all over the shop. And bubbles which we need to burst in order to finish the level. I came pretty close last time that I did it, if I remember correctly, but ultimately I failed, unfortunately. But this time I intend to do a whole lot better. And I will. As I'm doing now already, aren't I, baby dolls? But now that we've come so far and we're doing so well, let us not get overrun with the ice cubes once again. Let us nip it in the bud if we can. The whole epidemic of them, if you want to call it that. Although perhaps epidemic isn't necessarily a good word to use, is it, in these times with the coronavirus? Am I allowed to say it even? Let's just say the disease. Ooh. Yes, it's very malevolent, isn't it? The disease, that's scaring everyone at the moment, eh? Me, I don't really pay it much mind myself. After all, if we trust in God to protect us, He will, won't He? That's what faith is all about, after all. So if you don't have faith, you really should work on developing it, my sons and daughters, and friends and family, and anyone else who might be watching. I'm actually ending up having a bit of a struggle here, aren't I, after doing so well initially? But who knows, maybe if I turn these blue boxes into propellers now, it'll be enough for me to get these last 2 bubbles, eh? Yes, I think we've done it. I win. There we have the little celebration screen, and I think I've beaten my highest score that I've ever had before on this level. Still can't see my mum on the list, though, sadly. Still can't see my picture here either. I'm guessing it must be because I'm playing on the Windows Explorer rather than Google like I used to, because oh, this is level 316, by the way. Yeah, I used to play on Google Chrome, but you can't play games like this on Facebook on Google Chrome anymore for some strange reason. They kind of changed the rules so that you couldn't do it anymore, like it's for user protection or something. I have no idea myself. So maybe playing it on the Windows Explorer or the Microsoft Explorer, whatever they call it, has some effect on me seeing people on me not seeing people on on me not seeing my friends who play the game if they're playing on mobile rather than on Facebook, so to speak. It was something of an unnecessary, an unforeseen complication. But at the end of the day, what can you do in this day and age, these uncertain times? Coming close, aren't I? Hang on now, I'll do it as well. That was pretty hard with the igloos at the bottom of the screen, wasn't it? And only 2 stars as well. Yeah, it didn't come anywhere near to my original score, but oh well, you can't perform amazingly each and every time, can you? So yes, 317 now, and I'm 4th on the ladder here out of my 5 friends who have completed this level, including me. Not including my mum though, she isn't on the list. So, without further ado, let's get to it. It would seem on this level we've got to get rid of piggy banks and these bubbles. And this area filled up as soon as we made a move, intriguingly enough. It's a nice little effect, isn't it? Makes you feel quite influential with your moves when they have that kind of an impact, I suppose. Can hear my computer fan quite loud, unfortunately. Probably because I'm recording though, I'd imagine. That's what I'd surmise anyway. Sometimes you've got to exercise a great deal of thought and care in regards to where you trigger the power-ups to appear on the board, haven't you, for maximal effect? That's just the way things are in this day and age sometimes. That's just the way it is, I suppose you could say, Sonny Jim. So now we only need to eliminate 4 of the piggy banks. If this is a sideways shooting propeller and I can get it down to there, I'll be home and dry. And if this one will shoot sideways as well, it'll be even easier to get home and dry. Yes, I win again. Yay me. Still fourth though, unfortunately. But at least I completed the level when all is said and done. So it seems like 318 is the last level one of my friends here got to. Without now there's only 4 of us on this list, intriguingly enough. Let's get started. So, we have to eliminate 5 piggy banks, which should be easy enough, but you might have noticed these vortexes all over the place which boxes can fall through, which I imagine will complicate matters at least somewhat. And make things harder to predict in regards to where the boxes will fall, which makes it harder in turn to formulate the power-ups, which are often quite necessary in regards to accomplishing the rather daunting objectives the game will often expect of us. So yeah, I thought I was going to be able to get 2 TNT boxes together with all the same coloured squares around, but in the end it wasn't quite to be, was it? I'm taking some gambles here, as you can see, aren't I? But the question is, will they pay off? Okay, let's try this. Sooner or later, anyway. This should help us get most of the piggy banks. Well, yeah, all except one, it seems. Sometimes you really... Oh, I only got 2 of them. Sometimes you really need to bide your time, don't you? In order to reap the maximal benefits from your efforts. But alas, seems like I'm not going to do it, doesn't it? And I didn't. Let's give it another shot. After all, I've got the lives to spare, haven't I? Being the elite that I am. This is what I was hoping for in the end. To get two TNT boxes next to each other should have quite an effect on things, I hope. Yes. All but one of them now I have eliminated. Seems like a daunting task to eliminate the last one, though, doesn't it? With how scattered all over the shop the colours are and whatnot. Now, if this is a sideways shooting propeller and I can get it to the bottom row, that'll be grand. No. Such a shame. Oh well, let's try again. This seems like it could be a good start, doesn't it? TNT box. You know, it'd be a good strategy if I could get a TNT box and a propeller next to each other on this line next to the piggy banks, wouldn't it? Although I fear that might be much easier said than done, sadly. Especially since these seem to go back this way to the left rather than that way to the right. That seems to be the typical trend of the situation anyway. But if this is a sideways propeller, we'll at least get 3 piggy banks here, possibly. Yes, nice. So now let's hope we get lucky with the rest, eh? I feel like at this point, just a TNT box and a propeller could be enough to suffice. Could suffice, and it will, yes. That seems like a potentially... And it was a record-breaking score, at least by my standards anyway. So now on to 319 we go, which I'm first on already. And it would appear we have to get a load, well, 3 toys to the bottom of the screen. Could it be easy? With how I'm already going to get these power-ups next to each other like this? Or is the level more deceptive than it originally appeared to be? Let's find out. Yes. No, I don't think I've won it because this vortex is the... So it seems like I've got to get these 2 toys to the sides, to their respective sides in order to complete the level. Yes, I had a feeling it wasn't going to be that easy. Doesn't seem as mind-bendingly complicated as the last level, though, does it? In regards to the unpredictability of the vortexes all over the place. Might be for the best if I have this Rubik's Cube somewhere else, I think. So we can use these two on these bricks here and maybe get the toys to the bottom of the screen. Well, at least one of them anyway, yes. Could this be it now? After all, we have a green square there, which could produce an upward shooting propeller. This could produce a downward shooting propeller even, no, but there's still hope regardless. Okay, let's try it. No. Well, that was pretty unlucky, but we aren't licked yet. Yeah, that really complicates matters, doesn't it? The boxes falling through the floor, through the vortexes. But I've done it anyway. Yes, not quite the grandiose score that I got last time, but good nonetheless. Now on to 320 we go, which I'm third on. And we have to get toys to the bottom of this one as well. And as you can see, some of these bricks here have the little black bricks fastened onto them, making them more resilient to destroy, which can also complicate matters. I suppose at the end of the day, it's just a matter of being persistent, isn't it? Persistent and tenacious. Oh, okay, let's combine these two now. Good to have still got lots of moves left to play with as well, isn't it? But it's important not to let yourself be driven to be led into a false sense of security, because they can all vanish like smoke pretty much if you get a little too hasty. If you get a little too overconfident also. Could we potentially get two Rubik's Cubes next to each other here, I wonder? Yes, nice. Although the bricks are still kind of reinforced by the little black bricks, so I didn't necessarily have the effect I wanted on them just then with that combined power-up of the Rubik's Cube, sadly. But I should do it, I think, and I will. Yay me, I'm the best. Yes, and I got quite a beautiful score as well, didn't I? I wonder how long I've been playing. 25 minutes. And that was 320, wasn't it? Yes. So, I think I'll stop actually because, we're getting towards the half-hour mark and we're on to a new part of the map here. We'll be going into this cozy looking bedroom, won't we? Here. And I've always liked how the first level of the bedroom seems to be on this spaceship, taking us nicely from this space part of the map to this cozy bedroom here, with the Amy cushion on the bed and whatnot. But yes, I'd say that brings an end to this little video of ours here, so until next time, my friends and family and associates, I'll catch you on the flip side. Goodbye.